Kenny Green, raw perspective, concrete and steel. I'm here with my man Ronnie Bump and Harold Weston Jr., professional, the first black man to do matches, boxing matches at Madison Square Garden. He has a book. What's the book? Always Stand on Your Feet. You know why you need to always stand on your feet? Because sitting on your behind is not a good alternative.
My book is about life, and it's about how you survive through things in life, especially you young men today. You know, nothing comes easy, and I'm going to say to you that I did not take the easy road because I had great mentors that helped me to make it in this world, and that's the reason why I wrote the book, so I can help you young men and women so you can make it through this world and be who you want to be.
It was important to have this conversation because he's military, he boxed some of the greatest in and out the ring, and you got to understand, in the time at the Garden, he became the first black promoter, matchmaker. And sometimes we have to acknowledge these things, the greatness in people, in the times they were doing things and not making everything about now. Because you need to know what it was to do that in the time he's speaking about. You was the only black matchmaker in Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah, that's true. that's really true.
Well, how did that happen?
Well, what happened was that Gil Clancy called me up one day and asked me to come down to meet him. He used to be my manager. But then he went and got the job at Madison Square Garden, started running that for about 4 or 5 years. And then when he called me up, I had the attached retina with the Tommy Hearns fight, so I had, retired. And I was doing a few shows out in Long Island. And so when I came to his office, he asked me, he said, hey, would you be interested in being my assistant here at Madison Square Garden? And I said, really? And so he said, yeah. And so I said, okay. So, you got to understand, I was the first black that ever got this offer from, right? So I'm looking around and saying, is this a joke? Mm-hmm. And so he gave me the job, and the first shows, he was doing 2 shows a month, boxing shows, and at Madison Square Garden. Friday night fights, right? And so he told me, he said, Harold, put the show together. So I said, okay. So I started putting the show together, the main events, the preliminaries and everything. And then I did that for like about a month or 2. Then I started sitting back and I said, what does he do? I mean, because I'm doing the whole show. Mm-hmm. And so when I learned about it, he was really grooming me. Mm-hmm. So when he's getting ready to he quit, and I didn't know that at the time.
And what's the gentleman's name again?
His name is Gil Clancy.
Don't be cheap. Go get the book. You're going to learn something, and it's going to inform you. How they get the book?
You get it at Page Publishing and Amazon. You can get the book. And just order it, and they'll send it to you. And let me just say something to you young ladies and men. This is a book about educating you about life, what to stay away from, and how to go about things in your life. And I'm doing this book because I went through a lot, believe me. And I want to help you young people because you don't have those mentors that I had. I had Martin Luther King. I had great people in my life, my father, my manager, and people that really educated me and guided me. And back then in those days, believe me, when I'm talking about the 50s, the 60s, and 70s, you can look it up. It wasn't a walk in the park.
From talking to him, I just decided, man, we just need to keep it concrete and steel because he represents that all solid. I'm with some solid gentlemen today, the Ronnie Bump, Harold Weston, and y'all know me, man, so check him out. You know what I'm saying? He's not really social media ready yet, but this is the book, right? We're going to close out.
You heard it first, concrete and steel.
Yeah.